Anyway, so I want to continue talking. And so when I pressed that button, anyways, I felt like the entire room just opened. Like it felt like something shut off. A level in my head lowered itself. And I could literally, for the first time in ages, hear the echoing on the wall, and I realized, oh my God, it's really, really empty in here. And like I never thought about that before because usually I keep this pressure in my head that numbs out all the sounds, so it's like I'm in this little air bubble constantly, and it has a physical effect on me. um and so yeah, that's what I wanted to say, because I didn't know about the settings on Google. And I knew about Gmail because I've been in there flipping around before. But I didn't know that it could be life changing. I mean, if I knew that people had mental issues, schizophrenia, psychosis, if they had any type of issues when it comes to hard time focusing, such as ADHD, or like they have any type of these disorders that are, neurological disorders, I would definitely, just check my phone and see if I had like a setting or something, because literally that button, it changed my life. I can't describe to you like how off and how confused I actually am as a person right now compared to what I used to be. I have been completely personality changed after this button. And like I said, it comes in variables, like sometimes with the phone, sometimes not. um, and so I was sitting on my Google account, like I said, and I was looking at the settings. But then I also didn't realize that I had a Google setting also on the internet page where you do the internet search. And so I went in on the settings there, and so I tried to take off everything that had anything to do with my privacy. Like if I could shut off the microphone, if I could shut off the camera, if I could shut off location, if I could shut off, you know, um, other people contacting me, if I could shut off, I tried to just shut off anything, everything and anything, so that my my Gmail and my internet search would be completely just with me. There is no contacts or anything on these pages that tries to connect me to the outside. I just want to be stuck with my Gmail, and that's it. And I still want to be just in the little corner of my Gmail. I don't want to spread out. I don't want no issues. I don't want to contact anybody. I don't want nothing to do with anything. I barely, if I could, I wouldn't even have my internet going. If I could, I wouldn't have been using my Bluetooth. So yeah, I think it's important just for people's mental health to understand that it can actually be life changing. And there are also other things I want y'all to know. Just small little details that I haven't thought about before, but was actually a real relief when I chose to go over to my Gmail, to a new Gmail account, and leave my old YouTube and everything. It was that I've stored this Gmail for so long, and there's so many different Gmail addresses, and people have a connection to me with my um, through emails and such. And I really don't want people to have any contact with me at all. And so if I have to have contact, I will only keep the contact with the very, very few that I have. I don't even like it when there comes people who I don't know's number, into my phone as a text message. That type of shit I'm scared as fuck for. And like I said and like I said in the other video as well, I said um what was it? Yeah, when it comes to apps and all these different things like social medias and stuff like that, I used to download them a lot before, and I happened to do the mistake because I wanted to get this YouTube downloader, you know, that you can put the window down on YouTube, but I couldn't find a good one. Anyways, like me doing shit like that, I just realized like how vulnerable I'm making my device, you know. And since I've had so much issues, I got really acutely alert to that stuff. Um, and so, like, I'm just trying to tell people just generally that if you have a phone and if you don't know really how serious it is, how serious of a matter that it is, that if it is so that they come after you, or if it is so that you are experiencing some type of physical illness or mental illness or something, and you have lots of apps and stuff downloaded and shit, I suggest you to do the same thing, because uh, that one button, it actually did a lot for me. Um, um, and like after a while, I think the scariest with the journey was as well that um, I had already done some research, and I'm not saying that I know a lot about it because I'm still a beginner. I'm just on the outside skirts of things, you know, and I'm starting to recognize and realize that there's an entirely different world out there when it comes to the internet. And I think what is so scary about it is that I don't know anything about computers, and I don't have any control when it comes to those matters. Um, so I don't know how to protect my phone, or how to protect my privacy, or how to protect, because now I've thought too that I could just buy a lot of different programs and I could just keep myself safe like that. But no, learning how to stay safe, you actually have to know the program, you know, to be able to stay away from it. And since hacking now is like the big military weapon, and how many people gain power, I think it can be terrifying if I can circulate you and say that these hackers can get into every single person's home without permission, and they can be from the other side of the world, and because there is no security network, and maybe you don't know which network is set up here, which is a lot bigger than I can imagine, you know, because I can't put pillows and stuff over my windows and sleep in a tent and shit like that without, have to tell you. But when you use your phone, don't fall for the apps, and make sure that you truly go through your settings, because I don't think that anybody is safe out there, and it weighs a lot on me, because now when I have seen it and I kind of know, I kind of understand, not fully because I don't have any insight, but when I understand like how oppressive these powers are, and to render yourself completely helpless um, due to circumstances in your life for this oppressive source or force, it just becomes a whole different matter, because now you're not dealing with the usual things anymore, with like things that you believe that you can control, such as people having illnesses, or somebody has mental illness, or maybe somebody has a hard time, or you think like it completely changes the scope of what you're focusing on. So now when you look at things from a completely different angle, and there is nothing by law that can actually come and say that whatever information I have, and so I think it's terrifying, because these are also matters which the government refuses to come out and say that they're doing to people. They refuse to take responsibility of the effects that it has on people, and they have also opened the laws here in Sweden that you don't need any warrant, for the surveillance, to do it whenever they wish or want. And that's also a little bit terrifying. And so there is already a statement said by the government here that we don't care about you. What we care is about collecting data. And so you have literally been getting quite clear message of what is going on here. And so when you see people dying, or you hear them having a mental illness and stuff like this, the ball game becomes completely different, because now it's actually a fight for a person's life. No, it's not anything else, and I think it's important for people to understand that there are forces which are happening, and sometimes you hear about those horror stories where people just start feeling something out of nowhere, and they don't know why they're having a panic attack, or they don't really understand what's happening, or something like that. And I really do believe that some people are more targeted than other people, not just through surveillance, but I believe the socially, governmentally, mob-wise. We have all these compartments in our life that's just not working together, and I think it's so terrifying to see so much division, people are asking and wondering why the hell are we so miserable, and like, why the hell is there so many deaths everywhere? Why is everybody so violent? And like, it's scary to have it's not scary, it is scary to have another force on top of things that just weighs everything down even further.